Canada just abolished one of the most pointless traditions in modern history. And no, I'm not talking about waiting 2 years for a family doctor. British Columbia is done changing its clocks. Forever. And now Alberta is side-eyeing the whole situation like a kid watching their sibling get away with skipping chores. This is Canadian evidence. And today, time is literally on the table. Let's set the scene. This Sunday, March 8, 2026, BC clocks spring forward one final time. And I mean final. Because the BC government just made it official when November 1st rolls around and the rest of us are fumbling through our phones at midnight changing every clock in the house. British Columbians are going to be doing absolutely nothing. Sitting there, unbothered, living their best, uninterrupted lives on permanent daylight saving time. The audacity, the peace, the dream. Premier David Eby didn't mince words either. He basically said, look, parents are already drowning in chaos, so why are we manufacturing more of it twice a year? The province says a move will improve health, reduce family disruptions, simplify scheduling, and hand people an extra hour of evening daylight in winter. That last one is huge. Anyone who's walked out an office at 4:30 p.m. in January into what feels like full midnight knows exactly what we're talking about. British Columbia said no more, and honestly, good for them, but wait, because here's where Alberta walks into the room and makes things complicated, as Alberta tends to do. Premier Danielle Smith's office responded to BC's announcement with a statement that is very carefully, very diplomatically saying maybe. Smith pointed out that BC's move, combined with the fact that Saskatchewan has never changed its clocks, not once, not ever, just casually opted out of the whole system decades ago like the original rebel province, raises a question of whether Alberta should also ditch the time change to stay consistent with its western neighbors. And look, Saskatchewan deserves a moment here. While the rest of us have been groaning twice a year for decades, Saskatchewan has been living on one steady time zone, not losing sleep, not resetting microwaves, not showing up an hour late to Sunday brunch. They cracked the code in 1966 and never looked back. Respect. Back to Alberta. Smith's statement says the government will take these recent developments under consideration and evaluate whether a similar change would be in the best interest of Albertans, which in political language translates to, we're watching, we're thinking, and we are absolutely not committing to anything right now. Classic. It's the political equivalent of saying, I'll let you know, and then never texting back. Here's the bigger picture, though, and this is where it actually gets exciting. If Alberta follows BC's lead, you'd suddenly have 3 western provinces, BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, all locked into the same year-round time. No more confusion at the border. No more scrambling to figure out what time it is in Calgary versus Vancouver. No more missed calls, botched business meetings, or families coordinating holiday dinners across 2 different clocks. That kind of Western consistency would be genuinely massive for trade, for travel, for everyday life. The question is whether Alberta actually moves on this or lets it collect dust in a government folder somewhere. The pressure is real. The neighbors have moved. The people are tired, literally. So where do you stand? Should Alberta follow BC and end the time change for good? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe to Canadian Evidence for daily Canadian politics coverage that actually keeps up with the news, and share this with someone who definitely complained about losing an hour of sleep this Sunday. We'll see you in the next one.